Better now. Okay, 24th November 2025, Crazii Global Market Talk with KEL. Crazii anytime, anywhere. All right, before that, make sure you do understand the disclaimer involved and also do your risk management accordingly. Yeah. Okay, so sorry to repeat myself. Okay, so basically, right, what is happening now in the market is that people are speculating that there will be a rate cut in December. Let me see, can I pull the thing up? Earlier I couldn't pull. Now I know why, which is because of the Wi-Fi. So now I hope I can pull up the chart to see something here. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so basically Asia Pacific markets revived and traded higher because seemingly one of the presidents says that there could be a third rate cut this year in December. Right. Okay. So who was the guy? It was New York Federal Reserve President John Williams suggested that the Fed could actually lower the interest rate. Okay. Now it's only one individual saying this. Okay. And because he says this, everybody get happy and everybody just buy. Now this is very typical. They send someone to talk and then the market just follow through. So of course, generally speaking, if it doesn't happen, you're going to have a very bitter taste. The stock market will come down, gold price will also be affected. Yeah. So you can see across the board right now, we have a gap up this morning on the futures. Hence, therefore, Hang Seng went up, Kospi went up, but now they're pulling back. Okay. Australia was up earlier. Okay. And of course, Japan is on public holiday. Okay. So I can't go into this. So it's more like a firewall thingy. Okay. All right, so basically that is one news. Then of course, the rest itself is just basically talking about last week, whereby the market slowed down a little bit. I'll cover that in the charting side. Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing much in the fundamental except for my personal sharing. Okay, let's look at the charts right now to go into detail. Okay, so let's just look at the charts for this morning. Yeah. Okay, first of all, this morning, the gold price opened at 4070, the MLP 4070. So which means that the MLP and the OP, they all open around the same price. Okay, this one we saw it, yeah. Okay, a minute. People that I'm on Zoom, but people still text me and call me as usual. Okay. Okay. So the thing is this, there's some sound going on. Let me just mute everybody. Okay. Okay. So the thing is this, when OP and MLP is very nearby each other, or in like this case stacked together, right? The OP become a very sensitive level. Very sensitive. So, and today, oh my God, it's a DJDD, right? Which is a Doji directional day. Okay, so let's just split up the thing. How do we expect the market to develop today? Yeah. Now, first of all, very important thing is that when you have a Doji directional day, the OP will lead the market. So this morning, the market traded above OP first at the start, all right? And we all know for Doji directional day, usually the first wave, right, the initial wave is not the real one. Then after that, the market break down and then the market really sell. So vice versa, if the market go down first initially, then the real wave is the upside wave, okay? So this is the typical Doji directional day, all right? And that's why this morning, you can see the market was basically fidgeting at the opening price for quite a while, yeah? Okay, so now everybody listen, it's going to be very important. But usually the momentum will not be so fast, whereby the market take a direction immediately in the morning. So there's two things I want to tell you this. If let's say now this morning the selling is genuine, is fake, then the recovery can be very strong. That means that if the market now, right, this price 4070 opening, and currently now is 4042 for the low example, we are down by almost $28 from the start, okay? So which means that if the market later, it go up, yeah, it will minimally be at least 4098 minimally. Okay, so that is if, let's say, this downside wave is fake. But if the downside wave is real, because morning the upside is fake, then there is a very high chance that today we can see 4005. Okay, I repeat, there's a very high chance that if the selling is genuine, we could see gold really going down to 4005. Now, at the moment right now, it's 4046, right? For it to go down to 4005, you're like, wow, how can that be? It's so far away. Yeah, I understand that, but it is possible. Why? Because last week, it was because of this guy who came in and says that there will be a rate cut. So when it's a rate cut in the market, it means the dollar will go down, right? And when the dollar goes down, the gold goes up. So that was why the gold actually recovered quite a fair bit. So you think about this right now, if the market really start to think that actually whatever the guy says is not correct, or believe that there'll be no rate cut for some reason, then the selling of gold will come in. Okay. Now the contradictory part is that the KSI is green. So that means that the market usually will not close near the low. You can see that when the KSI is green, majority of the time the market will not close at the low. So I suspect this may happen. The market may hit the pivot 2 and then rebound. Okay. So this one, take note, yeah, it's a bit different from usually when the directional day, the market close at the low end. But because the KSI is green, I just kind of feel that the market may stop around 4005 and then rebound. So traders, if you really want to buy some gold, you can consider to buy there if you really want to buy at low level. For those who are selling, you can take partial profits along the way because the KSI is green, you should take partial profits along the way. Okay, so I repeat when I say upside can be as high as 4098, downside can be as low as 4005. And there's a KCB at 3977, 3933. These two KCB, in all honesty, I want the market to go there so that I can buy gold cheap again. Yeah. All right. But that is my personal wishes. But of course, there's no any agenda. I'm not long or short in gold right now. I'm just basically taking position to see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So all clear about this potential momentum of the gold market. Now, one thing to note is that because the MA30 is at 4067, right? So that will pose a very strong resistance for the gold upside. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to take a look at now the 5-minute chart to understand this better. Yeah. Okay. So this morning, like everybody else, when the market stays above OP, I also need to buy here. Okay. I bought it. Then I know that the pivot was there. Then I was telling myself, it should be able to break. But after it went up twice, I know that, oh yeah, this is a big problem. And we know that MA30 is very nearby. So when it come back down, right, so immediately I cut my position. Then after that, I tried to buy again, thinking that this time it will break the pivot. And again, it didn't, oh my God. Then I know that this is really screwed up, okay? So, and normally when you break the MA, I know that the selling is coming in, looks below MLP, below OP, right? And with the DJDD, I'm like, okay, fine, I just sell again. Then after I sold down, the market did go down a little bit, not too bad. And then after that, we saw the market recover, and then the diamond came out. Okay, that was whereby I know that I have to cut my position. So again, when the market closed above the diamond line, I just cut away my short. So basically, I'm flat out. And then after that, I kind of realized that there's a green dot here, which means that the market has triggered the MA again. So I thought this time out, the market is going to go up. So really, at this junction here, when it's above OP, I went in to buy. And the moment I purchased it, all right, almost instantly, the market came down, okay? And of course, it came down fast, furious, break the MLP, break the MA, break the diamond line. I know, oh dear. So I quickly turned position from a long again to a sell again. So today's a lot of flipping in between, but this is life of a trader. And then after that, you notice that the market really, really came down. And at KTR -1, I booked some of my profits. Okay. Then after that, you hang on for a while. I was preparing this. So I basically closed all my position. Now, normally DJDD, I will hold my position, but because I'm doing this class and I'm not comfortable with the whole day sharing. So of course, after that, when I came out from my bath, I saw the market coming down. I said, oh, okay, I missed the trade, but it's okay. All right, in short, today I'm just flat out, yeah. So later, maybe I will take a look. If there's going to be another wave, with another CYR, right? Yellow to red, maybe later on I'll take a trade in. Now I won't chase. It's like down on the way down, we don't chase, yeah? We do the recovery trade. When the market recover, then we do again, okay? So that's what we will do, right? All clear? If all clear, press number 1 right now. Okay. Right. Today lesser people than the usual, yeah? I'm not sure what happened, but it's okay. No worries. All right, let's continue. Okay, so this is the US Dow Jones today. Now, Dow Jones don't have any diamond line anywhere. But very, very interesting is that the calculation of the pivot 1 and pivot 2 is exactly the high and the low. This time it's not done on purpose, yeah. It's basically just by the mathematics itself. So when I see this stuff phenomenal, right, I know that the market today will choose one side. Either today we'll see this number 46579, or we choose the other number, which is the pivot 2 number. Okay, so the market will choose one of them. When you see the market so perfect, right, you know, the market they know what to do, yeah. Okay, so this morning it gap up, all right, and I think it's almost near to covering the gap. Okay, so KSI is actually red, KCX is also blue, so the market is bearish. Okay, it's below MA30, so it is bearish. So now the thing is this, I think later on, if the market do further come down, we should be able to tap the MLP. Okay, but because the KSI is red, KCX blue, if we continue to go down, we will see the KCB, which is 45841, 45814. Okay, right. So where are we right now? 46335. So for it to come down to here, we're talking about 500 points. So basically, whatever that recovered on Friday, everything give back. Okay, so that is the downside. Now the market is interesting because we have a BNB structure here. So by right, the upside can be as high as this, but also on the downside can be as low as this. So we'll talk about this other time when I have the MT4. And just take note myself, right? This is how I see the pivot, yeah? I'm sorry, the Dow Jones here. And you can see the Dow Jones right now is below OP, trading down and moving down. There should be some diamonds, but I think earlier I didn't refresh my screen, so I couldn't see it. But we're now at the start of GTH hour, so we expect the market to be more active by now, yeah? Okay, of course, the KTR -1 is 46294. It's for 50 points away. I think the market should be able to tap later on. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. The next market I want to look at will be the Bitcoin, yeah? Now, Bitcoin, as you know, is going through a lot of selling. And of course, we also talk about the issue that Michael Sayer is going through. And also at the same time, we also understand that there are KSI that's green right now. So a lot of people asking me, KEL, would Bitcoin go up? So today, whether Bitcoin will go up or not, right, all depend on this MLP. Now, the MLP is a very critical, very sensitive number for trending. So in this case right now, you can see very clearly the market came down to MLP and rebound over there. And KSI is green. So that means that there is some artificial buying in the market. So if you want the Bitcoin to go down lower, Bitcoin today has to close below MLP, which is 86,186. It has to close below. Now, if it doesn't close below, that means that the market is already finding strength from the bottom, and this could actually propel the Bitcoin back up again. So today, critical number, this MLP, is 86,186. This number, the market has to hold. The low of today already went down to 85,930, down by $200, and then it rebounded very strongly. I'll show you 5 minutes later. So this tells you that there's buying interest, yeah? So this one is very important. Watch out for this. All right, upside wise can be as high as 89,000 based on the KCB. Okay, but the downside can be catastrophic. You can go down to the KCB here at 84,392. So this is 384, 392. So the upside is here, the downside is here. The key and important point will be here, the MLP. All right, all clear? If all clear, press number 2 right now. Now, Michael Sayer definitely now is not at the point that he will burst his company. He has about 12 months to 18 months before his bonds run out, right? But doesn't mean that by the current price that he's bought in average itself and the current price is about there. So which means that if the Bitcoin go down to like 80,000 and another 10%, I mean, he will freak out because he won't be able to get more funds because basically in short, right? He is basically selling the context of, buying Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin goes down, all right, he needs to, buy more to protect himself and with the averaging dollar cost averaging down. And the reason, and of course, by borrowing from people means he must pay interest. So the question is this, is that as US Federal Reserve, is that if everybody notices that the Bitcoin is going down and then no one wants to help him, then he'll be in trouble. Okay? So that's why he has to stay, Bitcoin has to stay alive for him. Okay? Yeah. So that's now Bitcoin this morning. We shorted. Why we shorted there was because there's a 4 diamond here. And it was below OP, below diamond line. So I sell the Bitcoin. So make some money from this. And then after that, okay, it came down all the way and it stopped there with the KSI green, MLP triggered. I know that with the buyback already. So that's why you need to understand the system very well. Why MLP will rebound, why KTR target, all these things are part of the system. Yeah, you need to understand. And after that, he rebounded strongly, and we have a couple of diamonds. Now, please take note, diamond will not surface when there's a red bar. So handphone version is very easy to see this because handphone, due to the intermittent transfer of data from your handphone, from your telco to you, right? So sometimes there will be a delay or there could be the connectivity has some issue. So what must you do? You just basically back the chart and come back in again. It's free. And then after that, you can see the chart better. Okay, there'll be a better way to utilize your chart, Crazii chart. So now I think Bitcoin is trading higher. Let me take a look at Bitcoin now. Bitcoin now is trading at 87,800. Wow, already near OP level already. Okay, so not too sure what propelled the buying. It's very understandable. There's people who want to buy it cheap. They think it's cheap right now. Personally, I don't think it's cheap. I still think there'll be more downside. I still think that Bitcoin can go down and break this low to hit 79,000 first. Then maybe we see a rebound. Okay, this is my personal thing. I think that this is what Bitcoin will do. If I'm a trader, I'll smash it down to break the previous low first to basically get rid of traders who are long in the market. But because the KSI is green, maybe I missed the boat. So let's take a look. I'm not too sure what happened, but MLP has to break if the thing will go down. Yeah. Okay. So with that, we have come to the end of today's sharing. I say again, it's not because I don't show you the live chart, but I realized if I put live chart itself immediately, we have some problem. Okay. All right, guys, that will be all for today. Thank you very much. I hope you make money for the market. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.